Alright, so as I've said in most of these videos, it's just preseason, so we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves here. However, in the Vancouver Canucks season finale of preseason 2025-26, they continue on with the trend of showing us promising things that we can hope to expect in the regular season, which starts up in a week from now. They take down a full Oilers squad, and there are a couple of notes that I have ahead of this one. Thatcher Demko looks solid, and just like his old self, if he can stay healthy, I think he's poised for a very good season. Conor Garland really showed off what he can do in tight corners, got himself the game-winning goal today, but overall, he was just a key contributor on so many plays and offensive chances that this team generated throughout the course of the 60 minutes. Also, I don't know what the management is thinking here, but Baines should not be on this roster, I'm sorry. He was playing in a top 6 role today with so many opportunities, and he didn't really do anything, and that's just a common trend of what I've seen from him in most of these games. He looked alright against Calgary, but everyone on the team looked good against Calgary. I just don't think he's as deserving of a position as a Karlsson, Sasson, or Ratu, all three of which didn't suit up tonight, so I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we'll have our answer very soon. And I hate to knock the player, I think he's a very good AHL star, but when it comes to the NHL, I just don't think he can think on that level. So I don't think he should make it. Just whatever you do, don't put Karlsson on waivers, that would be a huge mistake. Speaking of players that should make it though, Jonathan Lekkerimaki pots himself 2 goals tonight, and I think he's got himself a spot after that. I mean, 2 great shots, he looks a lot better with the puck, and he's just looked better and better as each game has gone on. I didn't think he would be able to top off that third period he had against the Oilers last game, but he did with a full 60-minute effort tonight. If it were up to me and I was deciding the lines, I would move up Lekkerimaki into Baines' spot tonight, cut Baines, and then put a Sasson or Karlsson into Lekkerimaki's old spot on that bottom 6. Let me know if you agree with that or not, but with that, let's jump into tonight's game recap. Both teams were getting some chances early on. Demko was looking sharp. The Canucks had themselves a power play. Good movement here in passing leads to Besser over to Kane. The pass though was a little bit off, otherwise Kane would have had a clear shot. He still spins and gets this one on goal though, so good effort there. But in the dying seconds of the period, it's the second power play that goes to work. Braden Cootes plays it over to Jonathan Lekkerimaki, and he wires it past Calvin Pickard to make it 1-0 for Vancouver as the first period comes to a close. The Oil turn it up in the second period. Mangiapane gets robbed by Demko here with a nice stretched out save. But then after that, it's Tomasek over to Kapanen, and he leans into the shot that beats Demko and ties the game up at 1 apiece. Later, Oilers to the power play, it's Bouchard with a nice shot, gets saved by Demko, but then he can't get to the rebound where Draisaitl's there in his usual spot to bury it. Gives the Oilers the lead, and they have a chance to go up 3-1 here, but it's a great save from Demko on Trent Frederic. The score stays 2-1 as we head to the third period of play. I forgot to mention DeBrusk. He was flying in this game, almost had himself a good chance created here on this rush. Overall, though, I was really pleased with how the Vancouver Canucks responded in this third period after a pretty Oiler-dominated second period. They had a lot more chances created in the third, and they were just knocking at the door. A couple of good chances here from O'Connor and Hronek. And then on this power play here, Garland walks in, protects the puck really well, plays it over to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes finds Jonathan Lekkerimaki, and he just rips it by Pickard, beats him short side this time, and ties the game up at 2 apiece. Then later, Matt Savoy, I like this prospect, he's very fast, beats out the Canuck defender, goes in on a breakaway, but he can't get it by Thatcher Demko. The Canucks then get a 4-on-3 power play. They had a 5-on-3, but then Kane took a penalty. 4-on-3 power play, shot here from Besser, gets stopped. DeBrusk on the doorstep, gets stopped by Pickard, keeps the game tied, and we need overtime to solve this one. And in that overtime, the Canucks held the possession for the entirety of it. Garland receives the puck and then moves in on this rush, goes through all 3 Oiler players, and then slides it by Pickard to give the Canucks the win as they take it by a final score of 3-2. Again, I'll say it once more, it's just preseason, we don't have to get too excited, but it's nice to see the young players coming up and showing that they're developing well under this system. I really like Adam Foote's tactics along with his assistants. They're really creating a lot more chances than we were last year. It's looking pretty good. Next time it's for real though, Thursday against the Calgary Flames, the home opener. It's going to be a fun game, I'm really excited for it. In the comments for question of the day, you tell me, who do you think should have a spot out of Sasson, Baines, Karlsson, Ratu, Lekkerimaki, and Cootes? You can pick 4 of the 6 players I just listed, 2 of them have to get cut, I did the math. And yeah, that's all from me in this video. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, peace out, and take care.